I'm like proud to be an American again. Who would have thought a bunch of foreigners would be the ones to make America proud of being Americans again? How crazy is that?
It's like they reminded us of what we always were.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. And we're like, that's just normal. Hello and welcome to another episode of Tidbits of Truth. I am Hope Anderson.
And I'm Samantha White.
And today we are tackling patriotism and all things USA in honor of the World Cup. In honor of the World Cup and also for 4th of July, because we will not be, this episode will come up a week after 4th of July, just because that's how it works. So too bad if you missed us. We are back recording before the 4th of July, but coming out after. So we come to you from the past.
Oh, yes. Yes.
As we always do.
I actually meant to ask you before we started recording, what's the plan for, because if we're recording this, it's 4th of July, so anyway. So we're now I know.
We're planning the podcast on the podcast again.
Classic Tidbits of Truth moment, playing the podcast on the podcast. Okay. Should we just jump into my video?
Yes. Ready for this week's viral tidbit?
Yes.
I'm excited. I have not viewed this video in advance, I don't think. I did a lot of scrolling this week to try to, learn more about this topic.
So just a little preface for this video. It's, if you have been on social media this last 2-3 weeks, probably seen a million videos of these Europeans in America for the World Cup. I could not pick a favorite. I still don't think I have a favorite. So this is just a little compilation of little moments that are happening. Because it's not just one moment in one city. It's like different cultures going to different cities, which in America is different cultures. So different cultures reacting with different American cultures. And it's so cool and so awesome. And so this is just a compilation of that.
Page unresponsive.
Oh no.
Hold on. We can cut this out. This is like classic also.
Classic.
Us just saying we can cut this out.
And
we never do.
That's not true. We've cut things out before.
Hardly.
That's true. We've been cutting things out with our recent episodes, though.
Yeah, because we say too many spicy things.
We say too much.
Maybe we should have an after hours, once we get big, you know? We'll have the show after the show where we get real spicy, and it's only for the paid access members.
I was going to say that's for the Patreons. Yes.
Beer. We're going to drink your beer. We're going to put some money in the economy, and we're going to have a right good time while we're doing it.
How big is that?
Bite.
Let's bite, man. That's your first ever bite of Texas barbecue. What do you think?
Amazing!
Hey, that's a shark.
I love it.
Texas is good. Everything is big.
Now you have the cowboy hat on. Talk to me about why did you decide to wear it today?
Because we went to Fort Worth and we decided to try to be like locals as possible as you can. So.
I love how in that last one you can hear the accent. They're like, Mountain Mama.
I love it.
So fun.
I love it. I love it. He's like, Texas is big. I'm like, yes.
We love them. So apparently, the Japanese in Texas is so fun because there's apparently just like a mutual love between America and Japan where we just love each other's culture. But I think Japan specifically loves Texas culture, which is understandable. Me too.
Yeah. And didn't you say, before we were recording, you were saying how big Texas is compared to...
Yes, I didn't know this until people started making more content. Because I know America's bigger than Europe, right? Obviously. Did you know? I didn't know this. If you drive across all of Texas, it's about the equivalent of driving across the entirety of Europe. Which
It's
is
just
crazy because I'm
insane.
like, now looking back on my history classes of reading about like Alexander the Great and all these great empires in Europe, I'm like, was it really that hard though? Like,
So you try it.
well, we have America. We got one of our states as big as all of Europe. I feel like, yeah. I'm like,
It's insane.
Okay. I'm like, okay, so now that huge empire isn't actually all that huge. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I saw another video where this person was like, "Okay, I'm from Europe, so all you people here that are visiting, from a fellow European to another, go to a Culver's and get this like peanut butter shake. If you're in any of these states, just do it. Just trust me. Also, I know y'all are going to Walmart and you're going to like all these places where there's like huge things, but like in America, we don't got time to go to the grocery store every single day. We go like once every month and like you stock up on your food or like once every 2 weeks. And that's why all the portions are so much bigger. And I'm like, I never thought about that. But yeah, that speaks to the size too. But like it's just cool to see all these videos.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that today, and I thought you would. I want to know what because you've been to Italy,
I've been to France
to France. Okay, so
and England.
okay, because I was thinking about that today, like you said about. I'm like, I think the Europeans just go to the grocery store, like they go down to the cafe and get a baguette and a cappuccino, and then they go and get
It's
tomatoes
awesome.
and mozzarella for lunch. And Americans do all of our cooking at home, so I think that's where a big part of the difference comes in. Is it's just a different way of eating. Yeah, there's this one guy who like made a video about he like went to Walmart and he's freaking out over a gallon of milk.
We are now kind of
Like,
crossing into our like main content, but
yes, this one's gonna be a little less segmented, I think, because of
yeah, because of the video. But like and like
yeah.
there's just like so like all these fans are just loving it here. But I've not heard of this gallon of milk, so please tell.
Yeah, he just went to he was like, whoa, look at that. He like just held up a normal gallon of milk. And it's like, look, check this out. And I'm like, what? That
Gallon of
was
milk.
one where I didn't understand. I'm like, do they not have gallons of milk over there? If you go to Canada, they have bagged milk, apparently, up there. That's
They
weird.
have bagged
Don't know
milk
about
here
that.
in Quick Trip
Do
gas
they?
stations.
I may have
hmm
seen it like once, and it's always, I don't know. I don't understand that. Putting the
It's just
liquid
kind
in
of
a bag. That seems messy.
yeah, it does. It doesn't seem like
But
it
then
hold its shape incredibly well.
yeah, he was also at Walmart and was like freaking out over the big tubes of ground beef.
Yeah,
And
I think
I'm
I saw
like,
that.
I was kind of laughing about it because sometimes I'll go check those out and I'm like, it's not big enough. And I just wait till I can go to Costco to get an even bigger.
Oh my gosh. My gosh.
So it's so,
Or the guy who's like, oh, this is 2 pounds of cheese. You don't need 2 pounds of cheese unless you are a restaurant. I
or
mean,
a large
true.
family. I mean, I saw someone from America make a post where they were like, just so you know, Europeans, like, most of American families are not actually buying all this stuff in bulk. That's for, like, the really big families. So that's, like, for the small subset. I'm like, wrong. I had a Costco membership when I was single, and now I definitely have a Costco membership now that I'm married to a, big eater.
You're trying to think of a nice way to say it. You're married to a man. Men eat lots of food. Eric has been sick this week, and I was like, Eric, there's so many things in the fridge that need to be eaten. Normally this would not happen, and I feel stressed out now because there's all this food in the fridge that is going to go bad. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But it's so interesting because I think I said this before. Sometimes when we talk too much before we record, I'm like, when did I already say this or what? But something I love that I love seeing is we have all these people from different countries coming to America, but America itself has multiple different cultures within it. Like we have the Scots in Boston, we have the Japanese in Texas, we've got
Mm-hmm.
I think what was it? The Brazilians were in New York, I think. I
The
haven't seen
Brazil people.
I didn't want to say the wrong thing, so is it I said
Hello, all you
people.
Brazil people out there.
People are gonna listen to this and be like, that Sam girl's so uneducated.
Uneducated.
I was home teach, so don't come for me. But it is so interesting because like the Scots really hit it off with the Bostonites, the Bostoners, because they
The
were
Boston people.
the Boston people, because they drank them out. They made the pubs run out of beer.
Love it.
How
Go
crazy.
for
And
it.
then they were sticking cones on the statues around the city. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, they're all Boston's like, we miss, because they're gone now. So Boston's like, we miss Scotland, and they're like leaving all the cones on the statues because they miss them.
Aw.
Isn't that so
That's
wholesome?
so cute. I
Yeah.
mean, cool.
Yeah, it's cool seeing them out there in their kilts and just like going crazy and having a good old time. It's so fun. And they are loving it here, you know?
Yeah. I saw a video of this family. They went to Chick-fil-A and they were like so excited to try the viral Chick-fil-A sauce. And they're like, I got a chicken burger. And I'm like, that is not a burger. But okay, whatever. They're like, this is so good. And this Chick-fil-A sauce is incredible. And I'm like, it's just Chick-fil-A, but like it's like we take all of that for granted. And like our country is awesome. And there's so many cool pieces of culture. And like each state, like you said, is kind of its own culture. I even saw a video of somebody who's like, I understand why Americans don't feel a humongous need to travel because every single state of your country is like a different country. Like of its own, with its own culture and food and experience. And like, yeah.
Yeah, there's very few, like, I've moved around a lot. The difference between, like, Maine to Texas to Georgia to Minnesota, and, like, I want to know, too, about your experience in California, because that's its own huge culture shock. And I've spent some time in Colorado, like, they are all different. Even though we're all American, and there's, common threads. Like, it's people live the way that they live. And a lot of it is the environment, a lot of it is the kind of people who moved there, like back when the place was still being settled. There's a lot that we have, a lot of freedom. Like, I think Americans too are like, we're used to having a certain amount of freedom and the government's taking it away. And we should definitely push against that because we're America and we're Americans and this country's built on freedom. But we still, even with our freedoms being taken away little by little, we still have way more freedom than any other country out there.
Yeah.
Like, I saw one guy who was freaking out about fireworks being for sale in Walmart. And he was like, the only rule they have is there's like a little taped up paper sign that says, please don't smoke near the fireworks.
Yeah, probably not best to do that. Yeah. That's hilarious. I love how like enthralled they are with like everything that we take for granted. Like Walmart. Like I was telling Eric this, I'm like, Walmart is where you go when you're like, oh, I want to get something cheap that's not good quality. Like Walmart is like trash, basically. Like mostly for a lot of people.
I shop there.
It can be.
I
It
shop
can be
there,
ghetto.
but it's
I shop there too, but like it can be ghetto. And these people are like, gotta go to Walmart. Walmart is like the tourist attraction of America. We have to go to Walmart. You can get, bread and an apple and a rifle in the same store. It's awesome. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Or they describe Taco Bell as like the Holy Land. I was like, you let me know you remember how you feel about Taco Bell after, the next day. Let me know then how you feel about it. But
I saw a video of someone who was doing a tour of Walmart, and I thought this was the funniest thing. And everyone in the comments, I even left a comment about it. But she was like, just walking through everything that's in Walmart. She goes to the kids section, the toy section. She's like, oh my gosh, look at all these toys. It's incredible. And then she goes out, and there's like a Red Ryder rifle section in the middle of the aisle, and she's like, oh, that's not good, the gun's right next to the kids section, to the toys. And everyone in the comments is like, oh no, those are toys. those guns are BB guns. You don't have those in Europe? Yeah, we give our toddlers guns.
America.
USA.
For real. Oh my gosh. And like ranch. Like ranch is like crack. Why do we not have ranch in Europe? I'm like, you don't have ranch?
I did see a post where someone
no
was
BB
like,
guns and no ranch.
No BB guns, no ranch. But no, I saw a post. Someone was like, we do have ranch over here, which I don't know. It was one person. Don't know how true it was. She could have been spreading misinformation. But yeah, their TSA had to put out a statement to the Europeans to stop bringing their ranch. They can't check. They're like, you can't bring your ranch on your carry-on.
Oh my gosh. Just check it. Check a whole bag of ranch.
There's a picture of like this is the TSA like confiscation bucket or whatever it is, it's just full
It's
of
all
ranch.
ranch. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It's so funny.
My goodness. But like with all that being said though, like the quality of European food is like so much better than here. And they're like, wow, look at all these huge things. Like you can get like a giant log of ground beef, all this cheese, look at all these snacks, look at all like how big everything is. And I'm like, yeah, it's big, but it's also full of crap and not good for you at all. And you're going, if you stayed here and you ate that like a long time, you would feel terrible. Cause especially because your body is not used to this level of like trash that we put in our food in America. Like going to Europe, when I went to France and we stayed there for a few days, like even it was only a few days and I felt incredible just because of the change of food, I think. And
And
it's
you
like,
had gluten over there, and you don't
yeah,
want to eat gluten.
well, I didn't at the time I did. And so, but like, I was like, oh, I don't feel terrible. And it's because they don't put all those chemicals in their bread. One guy was at Walmart and he's looking at all the bread and he's like, this is not real bread. None of this is real bread. Look at all these ingredients. There's so many ingredients. I'm like, yeah. We don't have real bread here. I mean, we do, but you have to go somewhere else to get it. You can't go to Walmart and get real bread.
Aldi has a good sourdough. It's
They
just
do.
flour, water, salt. So I recommend that to anyone's
We are
listening.
not sponsored by Aldi, but
Not, I wish I was. Aldi, please. But that's a German company, not American. But back to American companies. Well, first of all, I want to say the thing about the food. Yes, it's so tasty because it's chemically designed to be tasty and addictive, so you keep coming back. So enjoy it.
yeah.
Enjoy your trip. Enjoy the food. But just know,
But just know, yeah.
as tasty as it is, it's because it's horribly bad for you. And that's why, like, I see all these tourists and they're all fit and, like, pretty good looking people. And you look at the average American's obese. There's your reason.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Did
but
you? I
Buc-ee's.
actually saw. Oh, yeah, Buc-ee's.
That's what I was gonna say. Back to an American country is Buc-ee's, which like I love Buc-ee's. They pay their people well. Everything's clean. They got
I actually have never. I don't know if I've ever been to a Buc-ee's,
That's
just because
right.
like we don't live in the South.
yeah, and you
So
don't travel a ton.
when we did, we saw signs for these Buc-ee's like everywhere, and we're like, "What is this Buc-ee's?" And like we never went.
I think there's a sign. Buc-ee's is famous for their sign because they're like, you can hold it next Buc-ee's in 94 miles. It's all just like, signs for Buc-ee's for miles, and people will come. I suggested to Andrew the other week, I was like, maybe we should do like a Buc-ee's date because there's one like, an hour north of us, but you love Buc-ee's. They've got brisket sandwiches and they've got everything. It's awesome. You gotta go. The beaver.
Is
Salute
it?
the beaver.
Is
Pelaggio
that
loves the
like?
beaver.
Is that like Quick Trip in the north?
It's
Like
better.
here?
Buc-ee's, if there were a tier list of gas stations, Buc-ee's is S tier. Like S, and it's alone in S tier. Everything else can make it to A, B, whatever, but Buc-ee's alone is S tier.
I'll have to test this
They could
out.
literally
'Cause we've not
buy,
been.
they literally pay someone whose only job is to stand in the bathroom and clean it.
Dang.
As soon as you come out, they go in, they make sure it's all wiped down. They're like, impeccable bathrooms.
Wow.
Yep.
Love that. Oh my gosh. So speaking of Walmart, I saw somebody that got a Walmart tattoo. Like
A
the logo.
European?
Yeah. Because they're like, oh, I love Walmart so much. I'm like,
That's awful. Oh my gosh.
because it's a tattoo parlor at this one Walmart, I guess. And
That's
they, like a
You
tattoo
got all
artist.
kinds of stuff in-
And yeah. And he got the Walmart logo, like right here on his arm. I was like, dude,
So do they not have Walmart in Europe?
I guess not. I don't know. It's that you'd think not, based off
Maybe
these
they're
people.
just Europeanized.
Maybe.
Because I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
Europe's a national, or Walmart's a national country, or international. What am I saying, y'all? I need to eat
International
before
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to do these podcasts.
I have no idea. But I was shook. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I wanted to have something that reminds me of like, and Walmart is like the most American thing. And I'm like,
I think
I kind of hate
baseball-
that. I kind of hate that. Like, I don't love that. Like, you guys are like, when you think of America, you're like, Walmart. Because I'm like, that's like one of the trashiest places you can go to get groceries, in my opinion. Not
Yeah.
shaming anybody that goes to Walmart. I go to Walmart. I used to go constantly all the time. I
hear
don't
what you're
anymore,
saying.
but like, you know.
I hear what you're saying. Let me make a counterpoint. How great is it? Because this is a pro America. This is a positive America podcast episode. How great is it that even our trashiest, worst grocery stores, the Europeans are freaking out about and thinking it's the greatest thing ever?
That
What
is
does that
cool.
tell you?
Although they're freaking out about it because of all the wrong reasons and because like what we already talked about, how the equality is terrible. Like we have like co-ops in places where you can go get really good food and it's like comparable, maybe not as good, but comparable to like stuff you can get in Europe. And some of it's even like imported from Europe. And they would probably look at that and go, okay, cool.
See, I don't think that's totally true because I've seen a lot of it. It's not all about the food. It is, first of all, the size of the food that you get. But first, big does not necessarily equal bad. Just you can have giant, I get Frank's hot sauce in the biggest buckets you've ever seen. That's cayenne peppers and vinegar and water. Like it doesn't equal bad, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
And they're, like I said, they're freaking out about the variety that's there. They're freaking out that they can buy Walmart's. Not see, I have to eat before podcasting.
Pause the recording.
You can buy fireworks at Walmart.
Yeah.
They're freaking about the variety. Like there's all these different sections. You go back there and there's huge flat screen TVs for sale. Like it's not just there's an American freaking out about the fact that we have a container store. There's just a store that's called the Container Store that you go and you buy containers at. It's like we don't have anything like that in Europe. Like so it's not just they're not I would not say that they're freaking out. The reason that they're excited is the poor quality of the food or anything like that. I would say that's part of what like the taste of the food for sure is part of what they're so excited about. But like the Japanese guy freaking out over a Texas barbecue that looked like a dinosaur rib. That's excellent.
Yeah.
So I disagree that it's totally about the crappiest food that they're excited about. I think they're excited about a whole lot more than that.
I think that's not exactly what I meant. It's more like they're excited about this food because it's huge, but it's huge because a lot of times it's huge because it's not good. But like there are obviously exceptions, but like this one lady was like, "This is a European onion," and it's like, this big. She's like, "This is an American onion. It's huge compared to this European onion. That's crazy." And I'm like, "Yeah, welcome to GMOs." And
that is true. I have not seen that video, but yeah, genetically modified is definitely a big issue in our agriculture.
But like it overall, all these videos make me like proud of our country. I'm like, yeah, you should love being here because it's cool. It is cool here. We've got a lot here, a lot to enjoy.
And I love seeing the videos too. Like it's not just me. It's like so many people are like, I'm like proud to be an American again. Who would have thought a bunch of foreigners would be the ones to make America proud of being Americans again? How crazy!
It's like they reminded us of what we always were. Yeah. They're like, whoa, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. And we're like, that's just normal. And it reminds me. I was thinking about this while we were talking. Remember when you showed me your salad? And then you went back to I was like, this is the most incredible salad I've ever had in my entire life. And then you went back to your family and you're like, I just showed her a basic salad. Like, it's like that. And it probably made you go, oh yeah, this salad is really good. Like,
I mean, I know it's good, but I was also kind of like, I guess, I was like, these are normal things that you put on a salad, and you put it on the salad because it's good. But yeah, I guess I don't. To go to a restaurant and find a Clarkson salad on the menu, and it's by far the best one. So,
I think most people eat the concept of salad is it's a side dish, and you were going more for no, it's the meal. And so like whenever I tell people like we're gonna have salad for dinner, they're like, oh. Okay. And then they come over and they're like, you meant like dinner, like salad. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to give you a side salad for dinner. Like,
I love
here's some lettuce and some ranch.
How many times have you served this salad? I must know.
So Eric has adapted the salad. So we do sometimes a chicken salad. So it's chicken and we do strawberries. Sometimes we do apples because apples are cheaper than strawberries. And then walnuts and sometimes goat cheese, avocado. But it's like grilled chicken, and then we do like balsamic vinegar and olive oil. But it's like more of like a chicken chicken summer salad, and then some.
That is
Yeah,
the
I don't
beauty
remember
of
what
the
else you put in
salad
it.
is you can customize it to whatever you got and whatever you like. So, because I don't like
I
cheese
mean,
on
as
my
long as you
salad.
put like meat in it, you know.
Yeah, lots of meat for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
I mean, one time we did steak, but the way we did it, it just wasn't good. Oh well.
But yeah, like sharing cultures and sharing experiences, I think, is also a big part of what America is about. Because, like, I was
Mm-hmm.
watching a video about it before we got on our phone call, and it was someone talking about, like, America as a melting pot. Because we
Mm-hmm.
have a culture, right? That's the other thing. I'm sick and tired. I've known people who are like, America has no culture. And they're, like, immigrants here, and they're like, America has no culture. I'm like,
Yeah,
don't first of all, don't disrespect America. If you are so like
we have
pissed off looking
culture.
down on it, we do have culture.
We have Walmart.
We have Walmart. Yeah. But no, like we do have like we're apparently way more friendly than like most other countries, it seems like even just
Mm-hmm.
in the south it's very common to like you just wave while you walk by. I think it's less common up north. But you just give a little wave. Europeans are like, whoa, don't talk to me. Like, hey, how you doing? I was in Walmart the other day and I had to walk in front of someone and he goes, hey, how you doing? I'm like, good, how are you? And we just move on, you
Hmm.
know? Like, it
Yeah.
is a very friendly culture.
They're like that in Haiti too. I've been there, and like every person you saw, they'd be like, "Hi," you know, like even more than here. So like when I got back, I was like seeing people, and I'm like, "Hi," and they're like, "Don't talk to me, you're weird." But yeah, that's true. Like we are, like people are, we're pretty hospitable. We know how to party, and we know how to, I don't know, just kind of be very industrial and like innovate and make things.
Yeah.
So.
But I forgot what I was saying. I went on another little tangent. But I was saying about the melting pot. Like there's an American culture for sure, but it's
Mm,
part of that is a mix of all these different cultures of people who have come here.
hmm.
But there's this reason it's called a melting pot because we all kind of assimilate to America and we share the
Hmm.
things that we brought with us. But like for example, our idea of like Chinese food is really not Chinese. It's American Chinese food. But guess
Yeah.
who adapted the food to America? It was the Chinese. And like so all these like things are cheaper. Like meat is cheaper here. So meat suddenly becomes a forefront of more of our meals than it is in a lot of cultures. So that's a lot of times what Americanized means here. But
Hmm.
it's definitely a sharing and mixing and melting as opposed to like people who come here and they just have their little like, oh, this is the, whatever the Italian section of New York or whatever. Like that's fine-ish, but like again, I know people who move here and they don't even learn the language
Mm,
and they just hang
yeah.
out with all their other friends who came here with them and they don't actually try,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay, I wanted to ask you this. Did you see that guy that walked 14 miles from MetLife to the Central Park to get, I think
I
to
did
get to a
not.
game?
I heard about
Just
people
to
who were
just
like,
to
"Oh,
prove it can be done. He was like, I just want to prove it can be done. And he did it in a kilt.
that's crazy."
In a
I
kilt.
always
Like, dude. His name was
I
Craig Ferguson. I'm like, good job, Craig. I would never ever do that, but like hats off to you.
I
Wow.
wanted to know if at any because there were people like the Europeans were coming here and they'd be like, "Oh, the hotel we're in is only like a mile away from the stadium where the game is. We can just walk." And it's like, "No, you can't walk."
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah,
was it
that was
happening for
why,
the
because they're
guy?
like, don't walk, and he was like, I can do it. And they're like, you shouldn't do that, and he was like, I can do it. And they're like, okay.
You can
So
do anything. It's America, but whether or not you should, that's the question. Whether or not it's the best course
yeah,
of action.
the video that I sent you about Texas Roadhouse and like the guy who was like, they just kept bringing me bread, and it was the best bread I've ever had in my entire life, and it's for free. And like when you were talking about how like you were talking about how friendly we are and like how everybody was kind of expecting us to be not that way when they came here and they were like, whoa, this is so different than what we have seen on the media. That was just another thing. Don't trust the media. The media is dumb. As you listen to our podcast, we're not dumb. We're good. But like he's like talking about raving about Texas Roadhouse and he's like, I don't know why you guys are so angry all the time. You have Texas Roadhouse.
I love the intro to that video where he goes, "I don't usually go to fancy restaurants."
It's like, but you know, we're in America, so we went to Texas Roadhouse. And
That
Texas
same
Roadhouse is
guy.
mid. You know, it's not trash, but it's also not
I would go
fancy.
to Texas
But you know,
Roadhouse, but yeah, it's like
it's good.
it's a chain steakhouse.
Hmm.
That's the key is the chain part. But that same
Yeah.
guy made a video talking about how great and awesome the Golden Corral was. And I'm like, again, bottom of
It's
the
a chain.
barrel, kind of like low buffet.
But like you said, like they're excited about this, and it's like that's not even the best we have, you know?
Yeah,
They're like enthralled with like the stuff that we would consider mid or low, which is like cool.
it is very cool. I love it. I really wish seeing all these videos. Another video thing that made me laugh was I saw a video of a guy basically being like, because all the Europeans are getting up, they're very passionate, about their football or their, we call it soccer. And this
I
one
mean,
was
half the
making
US
a
doesn't
video.
even know it's happening,
I
which is
this one
awesome.
video, the one
So
video I saw,
funny.
the guy walking in the road, he was like, "There's like 12 soccer fans in all of America, and maybe half of them knew that we were even in the World Cup." And he was like, and the rest of us thought it was just like a weekend thing. And I was like, "That's me," because I'm in Atlanta, which was apparently a big spot for the World Cup, and I was like, "Yeah, it's just probably gonna be for like a long weekend." And then I see that they're still here. It took me a while to actually find out how long they were going to be here, but I kept seeing videos like, oh, they're still here. Oh, they're all in all these other. I thought it was just Atlanta and like one game. Little did I know they're here all summer. But that's how, like, we don't
Only
care. Oh,
summer?
they're here for until like, they're here for like, I don't know, 8 weeks, 6. They're here for many weeks. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Same.
I saw a video where someone was like, they're blown away by like our stadiums. They're like, wow, I can't believe America has good stadiums. And there's people
And
in
air
like
conditioning?
high school oh yeah, the air conditioning. But they're going to like high school teams. They're like, this is a high school stadium. And I'm like, welcome to America, baby. We love our sports, our high school and college sports. And
Mm-hmm.
I saw a tweet that was like, well, they're the richest country ever. Of course, they're gonna build some good stadiums for this. And everyone's like, build stadiums for the
These
World
are
Cup?
already here.
These are already here, baby. This is a welcome to America. I'm gonna just make a compilation of me saying welcome
These
to
were
America.
already here.
But yeah, they're like blown away by how big they are, because I guess other countries do have to build stadiums if they're hosting, which I'm like, that's crazy. But
Well, our
here,
culture
baby.
here is very sports centered, but
We love sports.
yeah. I mean, like I was telling Eric, like nobody has to tell you when the Super Bowl is happening. Everybody knows when the Super Bowl is happening, you know? Like what are you doing for the Super Bowl? Everybody knows. But like nobody, like I didn't even know the World Cup was like even happening but I listened to podcasts and they were talking about people being excited about they're here for the World Cup, and I'm like, I didn't even know the World Cup was happening, let alone that it was here. So
I recently learned that FIFA and the World Cup is the same thing.
yes, I kind of
You
barely
knew
knew
that?
that.
Okay.
I mean, I sort of did, but like, if you would have asked me, like, is FIFA the World Cup? I'd have been like, I think so. Maybe?
Yeah.
Pretty sure?
But a lot of people are like, oh, wait, we have a team? Are we good?
I have no idea.
What's the team colors? Like, I'll cheer for them, but just tell me what's our team name. Like, do
Red,
we have
white, and blue?
That's the thing. I was like, aren't we just probably red, white, and blue if it's a national team?
Yeah,
It's funny.
probably.
We're number one in football, though. Number one in baseball. Because those are American only, baby. Welcome to America, baby.
Well, baseball is not like there's a lot of Japanese that play baseball. They actually have this thing called the World Baseball Classic, where every 4 years, instead of the Olympics, because the baseball's not in the Olympics, they do the World Baseball Classic. So they have the U.S. team, and they have Brazil, and or like South America, and they have Japan. I was Japanese, Japan, and they have all these different countries. The U.S. usually is extremely good because it's it's a U.S. based sport, but there's a lot of people that come from Japan or Brazil, and like they play in the MLB. So then they'll go play for their own country when it comes to World Baseball Classic. And so then that kind of creates some competition because the Japanese are always very good and whatever. But yeah, piece of trivia.
Very cool. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you want to move into our advice column where we give
Let's do it.
sage advice and extreme tidbits of truth, tidbits of sanity? Am I the a-hole for flying a flag that is a symbol of bigotry outside of my house? My wife and I recently moved to the West Coast, and our initial interactions with our neighbors were fine. I'm going to probably skim this because it's kind of long. However, things quickly soured a few weeks later after I mounted a flagpole in the front of our house and hung up an American flag that we flew at our old house. For context, we are the only house in the entire neighborhood with an American flag. There are lots of other types of flags in the neighborhood, but theirs is the only one that's an American flag. Not long after we put up the flag, one of our neighbors knocked on the door to greet us, but it was pretty obvious that the real reason she was there was because of the flag. Apparently, it makes her and quite a few of our other neighbors feel uncomfortable because they see it as a symbol of bigotry, especially because of the way the US has perpetrated police brutality and conflicts in the Middle East and things like that. We explain that it's a symbol of gratitude and hope. This guy and his wife, they have a lot of military family and active duty military, and this guy's parents are immigrants and, came and believed in the American dream and all that kind of stuff. So they didn't have any plans to take down the flag. And since then, the neighbors have been giving them the cold shoulder. His wife has seen a lot of snide remarks on their next door community, and they're worried that they're offending their neighbors and being the a-holes basically. And they said, for context, we are, it's not like we're conservative and the rest of the neighborhood's liberal. We're actually super liberal as well, but we just want to fly our American flag. So are we the a-holes for wanting to fly our American flag and make everybody else in the neighborhood feel unsafe?
I think that's pretty stupid.
That's what I thought. It's literally your property. Also, you live in America?
You live in America.
It's the nation's flag?
Yeah, you live here. You're gonna see it everywhere.
Not just in the yard. Everywhere you go, it's usually up. At every government building, it's up.
At that point, that's a you problem.
Mm-hmm.
Figure that out yourself. Don't make that everyone else's problem. It's not like they put a penis flag up or or put something up that says I hate this set of people. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna put any labels in there in case this gets clipped. But it's not like you didn't even put up the Confederate flag or a Nazi flag. It's the American
flag. That's what I told Eric too. It's not like it's the Nazi flag. It's an American flag. You're an American. I mean, I think pretty much everybody in that neighborhood is. You guys are Americans. This is the American flag. You live here, and you're going to see it everywhere. It's not you're oh my gosh, I've never seen this flag before. It's in this person's yard, and I've never seen it before. I can't believe it's here, and it just offends me. Grow up.
The liberals' kryptonite is an American flag.
But these people are liberals.
That's what
put this American flag up, and they're we like the flag, and we want it up. So should we, they're do we need to take it down? I'm no.
Yeah, that's even tolerant left until it's something you don't like.
Yeah, that's kind of human nature in general. People are tolerant. They're you gotta be tolerant until it's something that they don't want to. And then they're actually, but except this, then we don't do that.
Yeah, there's a difference between that's such a, oh, I don't like a flag that you put up versus, I need to be careful what I say.
Let me just read, I want to read what did they say? It makes them feel uncomfortable. I'm it's a flag. Right? Well, that's not what it says in the post, but the word he used was uncomfortable. And I'm uncomfortable. I see a bunch of stuff in people's yards that I'm that, it does, I don't want to say it offends me, but I'm that makes me annoyed because it's wrong, but I disagree with it, and I wouldn't put it in my yard, and I don't think you should put it in your yard because I think it's wrong, but it doesn't make me uncomfortable to the point where I'd go up to that person's house and be you need to get rid of this thing in your yard,
Yeah.
It's your yard. You can put it in your yard. It's fine. This is America. You can put anything you want in your yard as long as it's not like you said, the Nazi flag or genitalia.
Yeah.
Or inappropriate,
But there are people who actually put signs that list out their beliefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
An American flag, they have assigned, both sides of this story have assigned a meaning to this flag. At that point, that's your problem, right? Because it would be one thing if someone did hang up a Nazi flag and we're I'm hanging up this flag because I feel XYZ way, right? Versus, that clearly represents something that most people, when you see it, it represents that negative thing. And, a penis on a flag is never gonna be... No one's gonna be oh, how lovely, right? How patriotic. Nothing, some things there's only one way to interpret it, or one normal way to interpret it. There are a lot of things that you might put out because it represents XYZ to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. These people put it out because they're because their family is like, they want to honor the active duty military and the people that are sacrificing their time and their efforts and sometimes their lives for our country, right? And these other people are like, they're like, it's bigotry. And I'm like, there was actually a lot of comments on this post saying that it was rage bait and not real, and like there's no way that people actually told you to take your flag down. And he made an edit and he was like, I totally get why y'all don't believe me. I wouldn't have believed it either unless it happened to me. So it makes me feel like it's real. But like a lot of people like just didn't believe it because they're like, dude, nobody criticizes a flag like that. So wherever this person lives, like in that neighborhood, maybe you need to move. Maybe that's the answer.
West Coast, right? That's probably California.
I think it is California, but like potentially you need to move out of that neighborhood. Maybe not like if you like the state, whatever, but like maybe you don't need to live in that neighborhood specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ultimately, if something offends you, that's on you. That's something you need to work on. You can only control yourself and your feelings about stuff. You can't make everyone else bend to whatever makes you comfortable.
Yep. That's hardcore truth right there.
Because like you said, I see stuff I disagree with all the time. I never get out of my car if it's like a bumper sticker, and I never go up to someone's house and knock on the door and be like, this offends me, take it down, I feel unsafe.
It makes me laugh thinking of you doing that because it'd be so ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. I have no right to do that.
No.
So.
And we've been talking about this whole episode, like this is America. We have the freedom to express what we believe in, and people have the right to express their opinions, even if you don't agree with their opinion. So, yeah. Welcome to America.
Not the a-hole. USA.
Not the a-hole. Happy 250th birthday
Happy
to
birthday,
us.
America. Happy birthday, George Washington.
Is that... Wait, what? I'm like, wait, no.
Because, he's our founding father, first president,
Yes. He was an infant when he became president.
It's a dumb joke. Anyway, you can cut that
out
if you want.
Nah. All right, this has been another episode of Tidbits of Truth. Hope you enjoyed this long-awaited episode after a week away. I am Hope Anderson.
I am Samantha White.
I will see you next week. Bye.